Hi everyone and welcome to another episode of Pooches at Play.
We've got a feature-packed episode for you this week with lots of ideas and tips on all things dog.
Plenty of great products and pet-friendly holidays for your next escape.
So sit back, get comfy and enjoy the next half hour because it's going to be loads of fun. Do you reckon George is losing weight?
That's not George.
Oh, that's not George. Oh,
You're a goose.
With their long backs and cute little legs, Dachshunds, or commonly known as sausage dogs, need to take special care of their backs, especially because of their predisposition to intervertebral disc disease, or IVDD. Owners need to be especially aware of it. I'm here with Sarah and her two Dachshunds, Maluka and Avalon, who are also ambassadors for Dachshund Rescue Australia and also a bit media and fashion savvy on the social media platforms. Hi Sarah.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Please tell us a bit about your girls.
Thank you. Well, this is Maluka. She's 3.5 years old and Avalon is 18 months old. And we've been very fortunate to have these girls come into our life. My husband and I don't have any children and the girls just have changed our life for the better.
So what's your experience with the IVDD?
Well, unfortunately, Maluka did have an episode of it just after she turned 3, which we knew IVDD was an issue. 1 in 4 Dachshunds do come down with it. We hoped it would never happen to us, but it did, and by having 2 of them, we doubled our chances of that. We woke up one Sunday morning and I made the girls their breakfast and Maluka just didn't want to get out of her bed and she just stayed there with, quite tense through the body and just didn't want to walk to her food, which was highly unusual. And I ran downstairs to my husband and I said, Maluka's back's gone, we've got to get her to a vet. So we went straight to the vets and, after less than 3 days, we were faced with nearly $2,500 worth of vet costs.
So I assume you didn't have insurance?
No, we didn't. We had to just rely on savings that we had a little bit put aside for a rainy day, but no insurance. So it makes it very difficult.
So if someone's in a position where they can't even have some savings for that rainy day or afford insurance, what are their options?
Oh, there's not a lot of options other than hope that family or friends or somebody can help them out. Worst case scenario, the dog doesn't get the surgery and the vet care that they need should that happen. And I mean, it happens in a matter of hours that you're faced with a happy, healthy dog and then, a few hours later, you've got a dog that doesn't want to walk anymore. That's
just something we don't want.
Yeah, exactly.
On a lighter note, how's Maluka doing now?
Oh, she's doing wonderful, thank you. We did spend 2 months rehabilitating her with some work in the water, just in the bathtub, getting her swimming and stronger, and also some exercises at home to strengthen up all her muscles and make her a really strong little dog, just to avoid any impact that she may have in the future, just to really help her chances of the episode not returning. Since we've got her back to being her strong little happy self, we've been attending events. We've attended Dog Lover Show both Sydney and Brisbane this year, and also we were very lucky, actually, something we did get to share with our Facebook and Instagram fans, that the girls attended the ARIA Awards in 2016, carried by Peking Duck.
Peking Duck are one of my favourite bands.
Yes.
I'm pretty jealous of that.
Yes, it was a very exciting little event for us. But other than that, since the IVDD, and we've continued to do things and treat her as normally as we can, just taking the precautions at home. But yeah, she's on a TV ad at the moment.
She's working more than me. Well, it's great to see they're doing so well.
Thank you.
Now, while prevention's better than a cure, injury and disease can still occur, and an unexpected surgery bill is the last thing owners want to see. If you want to learn more about pet insurance, head to the HIF website. In the meantime, I'm going to hang out with Avalon and Maluka. We're going to have a wonderful afternoon.
Sounds great. Thanks.
Thanks, Sarah.
Nestled among manna gums, ancient grass trees and 30 acres of blissful bush, the converted barn of Howards Hill is perfect for an intimate retreat, a rural reception or a base to explore the surrounding Mornington Peninsula. Restored with relaxation in mind, families, couples, dogs and even your own horses will feel right at home with a mix of modern conveniences among a spectacular backdrop. From adventuring on the dog-friendly beaches to relaxing in front of the open fire or in the sun-filled garden, you and your dog will love the multi-award-winning Seahorse Diamond Beach on the New South Wales mid-north coast. At Seahorse, dogs of all sizes are welcome, inside and out, and it's even horse-friendly, so you can bring your own horse on holiday for a ride along the beach. With sparkling ocean views, a private tropical pool, and coastal country character, Seahorse Diamond Beach is the perfect pet-friendly luxury beach holiday location. If you're looking for large sites in a picture-perfect waterfront location, a place to recharge the mind and rediscover the soul, look no further than Reflections Holiday Parks Eden on the south coast of New South Wales. Idyllically positioned on the shores of Lake Carrillo with the warm blue waters of Aslings Beach on your back doorstep, you'd be hard-pressed to find a better spot to relax, connect with friends and family, and create memories you'll treasure for years to come.
For more pet-friendly accommodation ideas, visit the Take Your Pet website.
There's no doubt there's a vast difference between how today's modern dog looks compared to the wild wolf ancestors, and of course to each other depending on their breed. But do they look different inside as well? Chris, I'm hoping you can help me with this.
I'll do my best, but Lara, really the physiology of the dog hasn't changed at all,
Okay.
and neither is the genetic makeup. We really refer to it as 99.8% very the same as to a wolf, so we've only got that 0.2% difference, yeah.
Alrighty, and so how does their system though differ to us humans?
Well, it's totally different. I mean, obviously they're carnivores. Their digestive tract is much smaller compared to humans. Ours are really quite extensive. And the main reason why we can't tolerate raw foods, carnivores' digestive system and stomach is designed to eat raw meat very quickly, efficiently, and move that into energy for them so they can move on.
And what else then does this mean through those differences that we should be making sure we get into their diet?
Well, again, let's complement a carnivore with a carnivoristic diet, and that's lots of meat, complement it with the bone for the calcium, and some of that vegetable or fibre matter, which is a reason why we do put vegetables in there as well, is a good source of fibre for them.
And because their system's a bit different, does that mean if we do feed them raw meat that the bacteria doesn't matter so much?
Yeah, it doesn't matter because, again, the gut is totally different, and the pH of their stomach sits at around 2 for if they're raw feeders or raw eaters, so that they can tolerate the bacteria. It kills a lot of the bacteria on the way through. It's breaking down a lot of the bone that they're eating in their diet as well, making it soft and digestible for further processing. So their system is totally different.
A lot of people like to feed their dogs little snacks, sometimes a little chip, sometimes a bit of biscuit, maybe a bit of cheese.
Yeah.
How does this impact on our dogs? Like, should we be doing it?
Well, we shouldn't be doing it, but everybody's guilty for maybe feeding their dog a little snack here and there, but we don't want to have a lot of that going on. So, you know, foods like your cheese, avocados, chips, these sort of things should really be avoided. They're not good for your dog. Let's keep it natural.
Alrighty, no more treats. Well, I'm going to have a chat. I've got a new neighbour and I caught him the other day giving Darcy a little bit of a bicky for breakfast, a nice little Arrow milk one. So it's going to undo all my good raw food eating.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But again, if it's only a once off, that's fine.
All right.
But if it's consistent, I mean, we really need to stop in that way.
Yeah, sorry people, sorry pooches, no more snacks. If you'd like to find out more about a raw food diet, then visit the Big Dog website. Thanks, Chris.
Thanks, Lara.
I am here with the fantastically fabulous, one of my favourite people, Lady Jomo, Julian Morris. Welcome.
How are you?
I'm very good. And who do we have here?
I've got the beautiful Tootsie, who is a Portuguese water dog. And they were doggies who used to help on the Portuguese fishing boats. Oh, and help with treats, apparently.
Right, so they're retrievers.
Yeah, well, Dan did all the research for months to find out what the perfect breed was going to be for our family, and then they're super sweet and they're good with kids and they're very protective and they don't shed and they don't give you allergies. So
Good
that
for
was
you.
heavenly for us.
Yeah.
And she sleeps in a cage.
Oh, a crate.
A crate.
Yes, I think the correct term is crate.
Well, she's Dan's dog. I don't know a lot of the details, to be fair. On the odd occasion, if he's away, I'll pick up the poo-poo. But she likes to go from room to room each morning and give us all a little kiss on the lips.
Oh, that's very
when
nice.
she gets out the crate.
Oh, that's beautiful. She's
Yeah.
a friendly dog.
When she arrived with us, she was very, very tiny. And I had said, well, how much bigger is she going to get? Dan's like, she's not going to get much bigger. I'm like, okay. So I took a photo of her to Dr. Chris. I said, Dr. Chris, how much bigger is this dog going to get? He's like, baby, I've got some bad news for you. She's going to be taller than you soon. She's pretty important in our house.
She is pretty important. I understand she's that important she has her own portrait.
She does have her own portrait hanging in the front entrance of our house. There's no pictures hanging of me in the front of our house.
She is the lady of Lady Jomo's lair.
Yeah, well, we've got 2 daughters, and I reckon that probably in the order would be Tootsie, and then probably the girls, and then definitely maybe me, maybe.
Well, you'll always be top dog to me, Jules. Mwah.
If you have a dog that loves to chase and jump on kids, this can be a problem whether they're small or large. But particularly if they're the size of Big London here, you could be getting yourself into some trouble if they do any jumping that you don't want. Now, Jag, you have a few issues with London. What's going on?
Massive. I think probably the biggest issue is that he still does not know his size. He still thinks he's this big. So when we go to a park, it's like you see a child and he gets excited. He just wants to play, and off he goes, and he basically runs and bowls them over. All he wants to do is play. But, you know, it's daunting for the parents.
Absolutely.
I don't blame
And it's
them.
a big recall issue, isn't it, Trish?
Yeah, especially with a dog this size. And, you know, I think you're very lucky that London is actually just a big, friendly buffhead.
Yeah.
And it's great.
Sorry,
but,
mate.
no offence, London. But certainly a dog that's bounding up to any child can be frightening, especially, you know, the whole movement. And then, of course, when the dog jumps up, that's an issue as well, because it can knock over the child and injuries, etc. So I think one of the things that you would probably, one of the best things we can do for London is teach him a really good recall. And a recall is to coming when called.
Do what they're meant to do.
So what's probably going to need to happen is you need to change some of the things that you do with him, especially when you're in the training phase of the whole process. So when you're teaching him to come when called, it's minimising the off-lead romps, it's keeping him on a long line, it's working the recalls and practising the recalls. So rather than just having him out running, chasing and whatever he's doing and leaving him to his own accord, I would like you to get a little bit more control and put him on a lead and work the recalls. If you do that enough times, you're going to get a dog that starts to come back. So when you do see children in the background and you think, oh, he might just go and run after them, you can at least rely on that recall. Use the recall, he comes back to you, he gets rewarded for doing so, and so you start to put the value more on you rather than on jumping on children. All right, Jake, so what we're going to do is we're going to go through the process of teaching a dog to come when called. It's called a recall. Yep. There are a few different steps that we have to work on before we put it all together. And of course, the main key is practice. But the first thing I want you to do is we're going to condition a sound or even a name or a word that he's going to respond to. So if he's running or he's on the loose, you need to be able to either call his name if he's conditioned to that, or use a sound that that's going to stop him in his tracks, turn him around, and at least you've got some attention from him. One of the best ways to do that, we can use a whistle, something like this, or you can just use his name. So for today, I think we'll just use his name.
Sure.
And we'll condition that. So the easiest way to condition him to respond to his name is by playing the name game. And what we do is we say his name, and then we run backward a little bit, so we create the behaviour that we want, and we run back, so we actually want him to come in fast, because that's going to be the recall at the end, and that's what we're going to be reinforcing. I just don't want to reinforce that jumping at the moment.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we put ourselves a little way, and I'm going to London, London, and you can use your tone of voice that you normally use, London, and then London. Yes, good dog. London. London. Yes, good dog.
So you've got to pull him towards you.
Yep, I am at this stage if he's not listening. Yes, London. London. And then I'm going to go around this way. London. So what this does is it starts to condition him to respond to his name.
Sure.
Okay. Now once I've done a few repetitions of this, then I can start giving him a little bit of a longer line, and then I'm going to start adding the word come, which is the actual command that I want him to do, okay? So it'll look a little bit like this. So if he's just distracted or even just standing there, this is a good one. London, come. Good pup, yeah, good boy. And his reinforcement should be a good 15 seconds.
Okay.
So he needs to know that it's got some really good value. Okay, and you can use a toy or a ball if he likes that as well. swap it around for treats and toy, so he doesn't actually know what's coming. It's a little bit of a surprise. If we keep them guessing, we keep them keen. So the main thing is to run backwards, which actually creates the recall, the coming when called, and then you are reinforcing the behaviour. So running backward entices him to chase you, and that's the main thing. So run backwards, so London, come, yay! And make it all a big happy experience. When he gets there, he gets a reward, he gets a treat. Do that often. It's important that you practice, because it doesn't just happen with 2 or 3 goes. You've got to practice as much as you possibly can.
Gotcha.
Even after our short session, London was definitely showing potential. However, Jag is still working on the recall and maintaining London's attention when there are children around.
If you're looking for a qualified and experienced dog trainer to help you, visit the NDTF website. Well done, London. Well done, Jag. We'll get there.
Thank you.
All right, welcome guys, welcome to Puppy School. My name's Cameron, I'll be your trainer today. Today we're going to go through a bit of fun. We're going to have these guys doing sit-drop stands, and if we've got someone who's overachieving, we'll challenge them a little bit more.
Petstock Puppy School is specifically designed for dogs between 8 and 18 weeks. Now, while this period can be very hectic and busy for the owners, it's the most important time developmentally for your dog. I'm with Cam here from Petstock Puppy School. Cam, why is it so important to bring your dog to puppy school?
Well, you see, Gyton, puppies, when they are born, up until about 18 weeks is their critical development period. They learn a lot from their surroundings, different puppies. They learn that, puppies come in all different shapes and sizes. They're small, they're big, they're fluffy, they're short-haired, and some don't like other dogs, some love other dogs. So it's all about learning, this crazy wild world that we live in.
Absolutely, yeah. Socialisation.
Exactly.
Living with others.
Yes.
If a puppy misses out on the chance to have this genetic opportunity to learn about these things at this age, it can lead to a lifetime of fear and possible aggression, as they simply don't understand how to interact with other dogs or people. Or they may become fearful of the many everyday situations they may face. So generally it's easier for a puppy to learn than an older dog?
Absolutely. Even though when they are adolescents you still need to expose them to everything, when they are puppies it's sort of like their permanent learning stage. They learn everything and it generally sticks with them for their whole life.
So it's a lot harder to teach an old dog new tricks?
It is harder, it is doable, but it's a lot harder, yes.
So right now we're having a go at getting our dogs to drop. George is 4 years old, so I hope he can do it. George, drop. Good boy. Good boy. You'd expect him to do well when he's 4 years old, past puppy school. So what are some of the things people will learn at puppy school?
Well, first off, we learn how to communicate with the dogs. So we learn that high pitch is playtime, low pitch is I'm in trouble. Then we learn what treats are actually good for dogs. So the smellier the treat, the better. We're going to get a better result out of the dog. If it's a boring treat, they're going to be bored and they're going to play with their friends instead. We go through all your basic commands, so how to sit, drop, stand, sit, stays, loose lead walking, and how to recall. We also teach them how to play with dogs safely in a controlled environment where we control where they play and have fun.
Their program is based on using a reward-based training method which teaches pet parents how to communicate with your puppy or dog, how to develop solid foundation obedience in all environments, the importance of socialisation, mental and physical stimulation, ways to help curb any behavioural problems, how to find the correct equipment for your dog, and the appropriate rewards to use to get the best results. Fantastic. Sounds like it's really important to get some training for your puppy.
Yeah.
And not to mention how good it is for the puppy himself.
Yeah.
So how can I find out more about Petstock Puppy School?
So either on our website or just pop into your local store and have a chat to one of the friendly staff and they'll tell you all about it.
Cam, thanks a lot.
No worries.
Well, you're using the salmon treats again, aren't you?
The smellier the better.
Stinky salmon. I'm here with Tara and Jago. Hi, Jago. How are you?
Gyton.
Can I shake your hand, your paw? Oh, thank you. That's going to be one of the biggest paws I've ever seen. Is Jago part lion?
I think he definitely is, yep.
What breed is he?
He's an English Cocker Spaniel.
He is a very, very handsome Cocker Spaniel. So Jago's quite popular on Instagram.
He is.
What's it like hanging out with a famous pooch?
Oh, look, it is definitely fun. It definitely has some perks. So, yeah, it's been great.
I understand through one of his fans you found Jago's sister.
Yes, that's right. We actually found his biological sister through Instagram. And ever since, they've had multiple play dates. And, yeah, it's been really
Wonders
beautiful.
of social networking.
It is.
And you and your partner are getting married soon.
We are.
And Jago's going to have a starring part in the wedding.
He's going to be our little page boy if he behaves.
Is he good at carrying rings?
Oh, look, we need to practice, I think.
Don't lose the rings, mate. They're not treats. So I've noticed on his Insta he's got quite the range of bandanas.
He sure does.
Very fashionable pup. He's got a favourite colour?
I like to dress them in pink, but everybody thinks he's a girl.
Don't
so
worry, mate.
we're
Pink's
going
cool.
a bit neutral today.
Pink's the new black, I've heard. Well, he should get his own range, I reckon.
I think so as well.
Bandanas by Jago. Would you like to win a Pawsome prize pack valued at $3,000 for you and your furry friend? Thanks to our wonderful partners, one lucky viewer is going to win a $500 Pet Stock gift voucher, a year's supply of Glow dog food, $500 worth of Big Dog pet products, a year's supply of VitaPet treats, $200 worth of Goomy pet products, and for you, an amazing $500 massage and wellbeing voucher from HIF. All you have to do is tell us the name of a dog that has appeared in one of our Pooches at Play segments and why your pooch deserves to win. It's that easy. We also have 10 $50 Pet Stock gift vouchers with a Take Your Pet travel pack to give away for runners-up. To enter, visit the Pooches at Play website. Well, this week's episode might have come to an end, but there's plenty more to be seen on our website.
Visit poochesatplay.com for plenty of articles, videos and to watch past episodes.
More importantly, we'll see you back here next week.
See you next time.
Where are you going, Eddie? It's not finished.